This House is resumed. Prior to the suspension for lunch, the Honourable Chairman was debating the Public Finance Management Act 2018. To that we resume.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that further consideration of this bill be postponed and that the bill be referred to a joint select committee of both houses comprising 7 members of the House of Assembly and 4 members of the Honourable Senate on the following terms of reference. Terms of reference: 1, to inquire into and determine whether the bill as drafted effectively fulfills the express objects of improving the management of finance in Barbados. To examine whether the bill as drafted will, upon effective implementation, contribute to an ethos of compliance with the financial rules in government affairs, thereby promoting transparency and accountability. 3, to make recommended changes, if deemed necessary, to the bill as drafted for further consideration by the Chief Parliamentary Council. The House of Assembly has appointed the following members to the Joint Select Committee: the Honourable Dale D. Marshall, QC, LLB, LEC, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs; the Honourable Wilfred A. Abrahams, LLB, Minister of Energy and Water Resources; the Honourable Colin E. Jordan, BSc, Minister of Labour and Social Partnership Relations; the Honourable Kurt D. M. Humphrey, BSc, MSc, MPA, Minister of Maritime Affairs and the Blue Economy; the Honourable Ryan R. Strawn, BSc, MSc, Minister in the Ministry of Finance; Mr. Ralph A. Thorne, QC, LLB, LEC, Diploma in Theology; Bishop Joseph J. S. Atherley, JP, BA, BSc, PGD, Leader of the Opposition.
Question is that postponement of this bill be until as deemed necessary. All those honourable members in favour, please say. And that the bill be referred to a joint select committee comprising 7 members of the House of Assembly and 4 from the Senate. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. The aforementioned bill has been postponed.
Mr. Speaker,
you ready? Yeah, but I just want to know how long to talk. It's still 2 minutes.
Order number 4, in the name of the Honourable Minister of Home Affairs, to move the second reading of the Immigration Amendment Bill 2018.
Honourable Member for St. James North.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill before Parliament today is an amendment to the Immigration Act, which in fact came into effect on the 2nd of February 1976, 10 years after almost Barbados became independent. And from the time of the inception of the Act, there was a list of prohibited persons in the first schedule of the Act, which has been amended only on 2 occasions, in fact. One in 1984 to now include persons prohibited from entering Barbados who are known prostitutes and connected with that particular aspect of life, offend public morality and sexual assaults on minors. And the second time the Act was amended was in the year 2002, in the aftermath of what we call 9/11, to then include persons who had been convicted for the offense of terrorism, or who there were reasonable grounds for believing they had financed or facilitated acts of terrorism. This would therefore now be the third time that Parliament is seeking to amend this legislation in terms of prohibited persons. And I don't think anyone at all in their right mind would disagree with this proposed amendment to remove what is truly a Victorian prohibition against persons who, to quote the first clause of the first schedule, are idiots, imbeciles, feeble-minded persons, and quite frankly, it is a wonder how prohibition against such persons continued until today, sir. But in addition to that, people who were epileptics, persons of unsound mind or mentally deficient, dumb, and amazingly, sir, blind or physically handicapped to the extent of being unable to earn a living. And the burden was on those such persons, sir, to conclusively establish that they will not have to earn a living in Barbados, and persons likely to become charges on the public funds. So you will see from that 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 particular clause discriminates in a tremendous way against persons who have mental and physical disabilities and visual disabilities, which is clearly something that we do not want, and that really and truly represents a disgrace, I would say, sir, on our legislative regime, that it survived so long, because it assumes that people with physical disabilities and visual disabilities can earn a living. I mean, and what's so important there, I don't understand, because if they're coming on a visit to Barbados, they're not coming to work, but still under this provision, immigration could have said that they can't come into Barbados. The reality of the matter, sir, is that some people with physical disabilities in North America are wealthier than the vast majority of Barbadians, certainly a lot more financial capital than I have, sir, at this stage of my life, because they have gained personal injury settlements in the millions of dollars from car accidents maybe, or something in an operation, surgery that went wrong. And you know, sir, you're an attorney at law and a man of the world, you know the kind of money that these people have. So that section was offensive, sir, and I don't think that anyone in their right mind would disagree with what we are proposing to do here today, sir, to remove that prohibition against those named categories of persons, and to just have a clause, sir, that persons who are likely to become charges on public funds could be prohibited from entering Barbados, sir, and that is consistent with Shanit Myrie case, for instance, which of course outlines our obligations to our CARICOM nationals, fellow CARICOM nationals, in terms of entry into Barbados for an automatic 6-month period in the case of CARICOM, and makes good sense in terms of our international obligations and our aspect as a sovereign country. The present legislation also maintains that persons who suffer from communicable diseases within the meaning of the Health Service Act, Chapter 44 of the laws of Barbados, or any regulations thereunder, could be prohibited from entering Barbados. And again, that's consistent with our general rights regionally under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, because that is a reservation too, whereby our immigration officers can prevent someone who has a communicable disease of major nature from entering Barbados. Of course, that is sometimes impractical, because you can't look at someone and say that they have some communicable disease, but it makes good sense to have that clause there, that if it is so discovered at any stage, the person could be asked, because clearly our health security could possibly be threatened by the presence of such a person bringing such a disease. There's still, sir, the ability or discretion left to the Minister of Immigration, though, to allow such a person to enter Barbados to seek treatment and care at a hospital or other place or institution for that treatment and care. And again, sir, that is only humane, that we allow, under the relevant circumstances, someone who is in need of health treatment at our hospital or at any facility, health facility that may in the future become established, because I believe, sir, I know we are looking at medical tourism too. We have to get our economy fueling on all cylinders again, sir, and medical tourism is an aspect that we would look at. And therefore also, again, the Minister is still given the right under the proposed amendment that if a person is a member of a family already lawfully in Barbados, or a member of that family gives some security satisfactory to the Minister against the person becoming a charge on public funds, that person would be allowed to enter Barbados. This amendment also, as I said, seeks to maintain, though, the ability of the immigration officers and relevant authorities to prevent someone who is involved in prostitution in any way, directly or indirectly,